gosh, it's so pretty. Hey guys, it's Gabriel. It's a really nice day out today, so I thought it'd be good to film. I'm outside of my school right now. I'm filming semi in front of people. There's actually a group of elderlies. They love to exercise in this square. This is a square. I always like take pictures and stuff here. Yeah, so I'm out here today. I'm trying to film my last episode for EPIK Orientation. And I'm sure some of you are like, oh my gosh, yes, finally. The final day was all about presenting our practicums. Me and Jonathan were pretty well prepared. I don't think that, I mean, we were initially nervous, or at least I was initially nervous, but I mean, you get that way when you're not used to speaking in front of people, and especially for me, like speaking in front of my peers, it can be really daunting. Everybody was just really supportive of each other. People tried to mold their way into making it feel as realistic as possible, and so I think that that worked to our class's benefit. So I'm definitely happy with the group that we were like presenting with. Each group had maybe like 2 or 3 people, but it worked out really well, and me and Jonathan, we did our activities and everybody, you know, followed our directions, and I don't think that there was any general confusion. I honestly felt like we did the best that we possibly could. I don't remember any like serious hiccups going on. They were actually giving us ratings, and so we could all vote and figure out who was like the best group, but I think the group that stuck out the most was a group that just had that confident energy about themselves, and some of the groups were actually really funny. Like they were able to sort of bring that childlike humility to themselves when they were presenting. Those are the kind of groups that stuck out to me. If you have that kind of personality, you'll definitely do really well during the practicums. Definitely don't be scared. You can only do so much as far as like prepping and making sure that, you know, you have all your materials and stuff. Sometimes you're gonna be put in a situation where you just have to sort of wing it. And what I've learned, not just through practicums and practicing those things, but also just through actually teaching, like every class is going to be different. Your material can be exactly the same, but sometimes things will work and sometimes things won't. So don't always judge how something's gonna go based off of how much you've prepared yourself. So after the practicums, it was time to pack our things and get ready to go. Everyone was kind of meeting in the lobby. I did take a picture with my EPIK coordinator and, you know, saying goodbye. I really liked her. I thought she was like really good and funny. Interestingly enough, right before we left EPIK Orientation, there was a situation. So as I told you guys before, on night 5, there was a group of people and they were demonstrating against the textbooks being changed, and there was like a huge group that had joined forces together, and the Korean military stepped in, and there's reporters and stuff, and so the whole night they were extremely quiet, and even after we were like getting on buses and getting ready to leave, we were literally like right there, we could see everybody. They were still very quiet, and it wasn't until the second buses started leaving that there was like some situation that went on. I don't know who started it, but I turned my head and I realized everyone was like grouping together and running, and I realized that there was like a fight going on. It wasn't like super chaotic because not everybody in the group was involved, but I was like, I guess they were just waiting for the EPIK people to leave so that they could start acting crazy. We get on the buses, we're finally heading back home. I don't know about everybody else, but for me, I think Saturday was the day that I realized like how much I really missed my kids and how much I really missed Sunny, and I just wanted to sort of get back to my normal, oddly new, but still seemingly normal life here in Busan. That's kind of just where my heart was, and that's where I wanted to be. So I was excited about EPIK Orientation coming to an end. Not that I didn't enjoy it, I really did like it, and I think that a lot of the information that we were given from the visiting teachers and stuff and the coordinators, I think it was very useful. So we get to Seoul Station and I have my first McDonald's experience. It was very good. I don't know what it was, but the Coca-Cola, like it tastes really good. It was specifically that McDonald's because I've had McDonald's a couple of times since then, and the Coke didn't taste like the Coke at Seoul Station. Like it tastes so good, and maybe I was just crazy or maybe I was just thirsty or something, but it was really, really good. The packaging was just like really pretty. I ordered a Big Mac, and so normally Big Macs are kind of like messy and stuff, but the packaging was like keeping and holding everything together, so it was very interesting. The fries are not really salted that well, but again, that was specifically that one. I've been to other McDonald's here and the fries taste pretty good, but that one I don't remember it having any type of seasoning on it, so I was like, But yeah, so that happened, and then we caught our KTX. And the interesting thing about being on the KTX going back is that on the TV they were showing actually what just happened with the Seoul demonstration. It showed like a short clip of like the little fight that like broke out, and I was like, oh my gosh, I was like, they're very quick with this. I was kind of thinking like, oh, it's kind of cool that we were like just there though, which is so stupid. But yeah, so we came back. I came here towards the afternoon, and turns out there was like a school event going on. The parents were actually gonna come and go to the auditorium. The auditorium is actually right over there. So it's like this building here. It actually got me very excited because I got to know a couple of these students a little bit before I left. It would be interesting to actually see their parents and maybe meet a few of them. So this is actually like where I'm sitting now. You guys can't really see, but this is actually the spot that I sat in. When I came here, I spoke with Sunny. There was like a faculty meeting or something, and she told me that they were gonna have this after-school assembly thing going on with parents in the auditorium. And so I told her that I would stay, and I'm actually really glad that I did. And that was a moment that I actually still very much think about to this day. And the reason why is because, you know, as teachers, you know, sometimes we can have difficulty with students, and sometimes there can be days where it's like, oh, you know, this is hard, this is tough. And for me, that was my first experience of seeing my students with their parents and seeing the smiles on their faces, and for the students to be proud of their parents being at the school, and for the parents to be happy to experience the school environment and, you know, meeting the teachers and seeing the principal. For me, it was a moment where I realized just how precious these kids are. When I saw these students with their parents, it was almost life-changing for me, for my career as a teacher, because, you know, these kids are loved by people at home, and we're being trusted to not only educate these kids, but to take care of them, and, you know, to show kindness and show love, and to just do our best with them. And our best means being patient, and it means like not being, you know, overly harsh with them, and not overstepping boundaries when it comes to disciplining them or trying to get them to learn something. So yeah, that was a huge moment for me. And I think a lot of it also hit me because I had missed these kids for so long, 6 days. But for me, it felt like forever. It really honestly did. And that experience is something I will probably never forget. There's a couple of people walking by and now they're staring at me and I don't know why. It was really cool. And I did get a Snapchat of what it was like inside the auditorium, so I'll show that to you guys. It was me standing like with a group of the teachers, and then I could sort of pan over and show the students with some of the parents and stuff. This was before the event actually began, I think. It was like right when they were about to get started. But yeah, I loved that moment. And for me, seeing the students with their parents, it just reminded me and actually encouraged me and made me feel really good about my decision of actually being here. EPIK orientation was done. I was just about to really get my feet wet as far as, you know, really starting to jump into teaching these students, and I was becoming more familiar with the school and sort of the ways that it works, and I just felt really good. I felt empowered, I felt encouraged, I felt ready, I felt prepared. Oh, I forgot to mention, there was actually, I had another Snapchat of me while I was sitting here. There was like a parent that showed up with her 2 kids. She was like eating kimbap with them. I guess she saw me like sitting alone, which I mean, I was completely fine with, but she saw me sitting alone and she sent her boys to come up and offer to give me kimbap. And thinking back on it now, I feel like I should have accepted it, but I was really trying to be nice, and I was like, oh no, like no, it's okay, because I wanted them to like fully enjoy it, you know, as a family. So there's a mom here with her 2 kids, and they're having a picnic, and they saw me like just sitting here listening to music, and they offered me food, which is so sweet. Oh. But yeah, that was really cool. To this day, actually, I don't remember who the boys were or what they look like, but obviously they're, you know, involved with the school. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. You know, EPIK orientation, it was a really good experience. It's definitely not something to be nervous about. It's not something to be scared of. I would say, you know, take advantage of everything that takes place, everything that happens. I met some really good people at EPIK orientation, you know, some of my best friends here, and they mean so much to me, and EPIK orientation is what brought us together, and it's what, you know, caused us to be friends. And so I'm really thankful for that, and I hope that, you know, if you're watching this, like, hello, hi, these are students, hello, video, camera, bye, goodbye, bye, 3rd graders. Yes, third graders. Definitely take advantage of the teachers, you know, the people that are there to speak to you and to sort of give you advice and tell you about what to expect. Don't be scared to talk to them and ask for their emails and stuff. If you're worried about a certain aspect of teaching or anything like that, they have people there speaking specifically for those things, whether it's planning your lessons or teaching a storytelling class or knowing how to manage your classroom. Like they really tried to focus in on all of those different aspects of what it means to be a teacher and sort of the tools that you need to do the best with any given school. So that's pretty much it. Sorry this series was like so long. I think 8 parts total, 9. But yeah, this is the last episode for that. And I think actually my next episode is going to be an interview that I did with Sunny when I got back. And I actually asked her about the Seoul demonstration. And so you'll get to hear from a native Korean person about their thoughts on what was going on with that whole Seoul demonstration and the textbooks and stuff. So that's pretty much it. Thanks so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys later. I have to do an outro. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Definitely be sure to subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at Zuff678. Be yourself, love yourself, and I'll see you guys in the next video. All right, bye. Huge.